there, comic friends. I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day, or at least New Comic Book Day for me. I did get my comic books on the weekend. Late. It's almost lunchtime, so it's going to be interesting. This says that I have 19 comics this week, so I will be doing some power reading to talk about comics. I'm not sure. It may just be me tonight, or me and Sergeant America coming a little late. Not sure. Rez might have some stuff going on, which is cool. Good to have things going on a Saturday night. So we'll see. We'll see if she's there too. Monstrous! Issue number 13. It is back. It was on a break. It is back. You know, it gets the break like most of the Image books do. I really enjoy this book. It's really interesting. Not necessarily fast-moving, gorgeous, eye candy, and I like the mysticism of it and that sort of thing. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Another Raven miniseries, Daughter of Darkness, issue 1 of 12. This is 12 issues. So, old friends, new alliances, and a new world for Raven. Daughter of Darkness. I think this Raven is closer to the Raven that's in the Teen Titans, I think, as opposed to the last one, which is, she was a little more kind of her own sort of a thing. So we'll see. Marv Wolfman continues to write. He wrote the last one. I enjoyed it. He's writing this one. Mahan, M-H-A-N, is doing the artwork. And Kenzerski, I'm assuming, is the colorist on it. Anyway, so looking forward to checking that out. I like reading about the old Teen Titans and these newer things. So kind of looking forward to that. Sex Criminals is back for another arc. I'm super stoked about that. It is issue 21. Is Spaces. All kinds of heavy stuff is going on. So I'm really curious to see what it is, because you know, despite the antics that sometimes go on in the book and the shock of the sex stuff, there's a lot of really just good people telling, you know, people's stories kind of stuff goes on, and so I'm looking forward to that. Final issue of Sherlock Frankenstein and the Legion of Evil. This hasn't been that impressive, you know, as far as like a side project kind of thing. Certainly nothing you need for the rest of the Black Hammer book itself. It doesn't have the same weight and seriousness and interest that the Black Hammer book has. It's just kind of entertaining. Some good eye candy there from Dave Rubin. But yeah, if you were wondering about it, it's not a necessity if you're reading like the Black Hammer, or you picked up the Black Hammer in trade. Wondering if you want that. Don't necessarily. So, Doom Patrol! This is issue number 10. This is a variant cover. So, yeah. I'll be checking this out, see what's going on. It is super behind. It's like 18 months now, I think we've gone, and we've got issue number 10. So, that's kind of a bummer in that sense, but definitely looking forward to reading some more Doom Patrol. Seeing what is going on. Black Cloud is back. This is issue number 7. Look, it's the Amps. They have kind of beaten up one of the last people that has some power. They're going to gain some power, and they're probably going to put a monkey wrench in this kind of dream reality that our main character is from. We'll see how that goes. Hinkle back on art, so I'm excited about that. Check it out and see what happens. What do we got? Abbott, issue number 1. This is from Boom Studios. Very much looking forward to checking this out. Saldin Hamed is doing the writing on it. He writes Black Bolt, so I'm really been liking Black Bolt, so I'm curious about this. This is like maybe his first of the creator-owned stuff. Sami Cavella is on the art. It is about a like 1970s Detroit investigative reporter, and there's some occult shenanigans going on. So I like that premise right off the bat. Excited about the creator that's on it, so very much looking forward to this. It's either 4 or 6 issue miniseries, but very much looking forward to reading it. High on my list of things to check out and read this week. Wildstorm, issue number 11. There we are, the Wildcats, or whatever this hit squad is called, busting into the place. there at IO, I think is, if I remember correctly. Whether that's what goes on in the book, I don't know. Very much loving Wildstorm. It's always really interesting. If it's not fun, if it's not some character, interesting character quirk, there's always something that introduces more layers to this very heavy world. So very much looking forward to checking that out. Excuse me. Wow, been a long time. Seems like since we've seen this too. Southern Bastards, issue number 19. We're going to get more of Rebecca. I think her name is Rebecca. I want to say it's Rebecca. Stubbs' daughter. She's back, and she has started wrecking people in these two counties to find out what she needs to go after, Boss and all the rest of them. So I'm very much looking forward to checking it out and seeing what's going on. Excited to have this book back. I hope it's going to be back with some more regularity because it is some really good stuff. Really good stuff. Let's get into the second bag here. Michigan State University's Comics Forum. The event for scholars, creators, and fans 2018. All kinds of stuff going on. It's got a whole list of oops, getting for the camera, of things that are going on. I'm going to have to check that out sometime. That's really super cool. But I mean, it goes over a whole month. Stuff starts February 19th and goes clear through March 9th. Different weekend events, it looks like, of one sort or another. So, yeah, that's going to be awesome. I'm not going to be there. You find somebody who is. I've had people comment on my videos before that have seen that. So, yeah. Anyway, back to the comics. Imaginary Fiends. Issue number 3? Yes, issue number 3. Really like the second issue. Kind of gets the ball rolling. Our detective who has right here, who has her imaginary friend, something Potts. Can't remember her name right off the hands. The imaginary friend. Set up a well-established kind of what their relationship with each other is. So now I'm assuming we're going to get the relationship with the world as far as them investigating other imaginary friends who are in reality these things from an alternate reality that are coming in and feeding off of the emotions of those that they're imaginary friends of. So let's get it out. Kid Lobotomy, looking forward to checking out Kid Lobotomy issue number 4, mostly because it's just kind of a romp in kind of exploring literature and just kind of throwing out little pieces of candy, of literary references and art references and that sort of thing. There is a story there. I think the story, being a Peter Milligan story, is going to be a much longer told story. So like last issue, they really had a lot of Kafka, metamorphosis stuff in it. I think that's all going to play into the larger picture more than what maybe it felt like in that single issue. So very much looking forward to checking out. Love that cover. That's just a fun cover. I'm hungry. Look at all that yummy snack. Looking forward to that. Next up we have Cold Snap Part 1. This is Meet Burnside's newest crime-fighting duo, the Penguin and Batgirl. That's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. She's kind of had a little bit of interaction with Penguin over time and Penguin's son. So very much looking forward to that. Wild Goose is back on art. Super stoked for that. Wild Goose is an awesome new comic book artist, at least for me. He's been on a couple arcs. I think after this arc, he is done with Batgirl, which makes me cry. I hope they get somebody else really talented that can kind of capture all this kind of magic that goes on in Batgirl really well. He's doing something else for DC, he has said, so I'm excited to see whatever that is. But he just does this really good kind of youthful, all the vibe that would go on in a young Batgirl kind of a comic. So very much digging that, and hope Larson continues to tell a really, really fun, excellent, superhero story. Very much digging that. Yes, Black Magic, issue number, what I want to say, I was going to say 11, but it's 10. Issue 10, a little voodoo doll there. Voodoo doll action. Had some crazy stuff go on in the last issue. Now we're really going to start getting into it. I think the Rowan has shot some more people that she's going to have to deal with, and there is some anti-witch people have broken into her house. Seems to be there's a talking cat. So we're going to get into more of that, I hope. So I'm excited for all of that. Going to really be digging that. So very much looking forward to that. More along the black titles. Black Science, issue number 34. Yes, love it when independent comics roll out long stories like this. Anyway, issue number 34. We're still dealing with the aftermath of we've done a hop maybe again. We've dealing with the symbionts that are basically going throughout all of the multiverses and consuming everything. Are they going to put a halt to it or not? What's next? Very much looking forward to that. Grant's a great character. Is he going to get his smarts back, or is he just going to be an average guy trying to save his family now? Be curious to see how that all plays out. Okay, Mastros. Very much looking forward to checking this out. This is issue number 4. Issue number 3 really surprised me. After issue number 1, I kind of wrote off as being kind of fun, but kind of a rated R, Harry Potter-esque kind of a deal. We've gotten much more into that and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's next. People are texting me all of a sudden. Nobody ever texts me. Anyway, very much checking this out. Our main character got clonked on the head, and he by a loved one. That loved one, horrible things happen. It's just all kinds of craziness. I'm very much looking forward to it. I don't want to spoil too much plot in case somebody wants to get on it. Super gorgeous art. What you see on the cover is what you see inside. Super detailed, super great as far as that stuff goes. Get to the end of this here. Let's see, Hellblazer, issue number 18. I think this is finally the last issue that Cadre is on. The Brando score. He's in San Francisco still. I'm hoping this is the end of this. Well, something else. Big problem continues to be not the artist that we would need on this book. This book needs a dark artist. This book needs somebody that's edgy and makes us get the creepy crawlies while we're looking at it. That would help anybody who's writing the book immensely. Right now, it's just bright and looks like a superhero book, and it needs to not do that for Hellblazer to really work well, I believe. Okay, here is the other Doom Patrol. I think this is the regular Doom Patrol cover. I'll have to look to see. I love the fact it's got a VCR tape. Yes, kids, this is called a VCR tape, for those people who don't know what that is. It's got Nada across it because you got the whole Nada Squad thing that was going on in the last issue. Such a really cool cover. Reminds me a lot of like the Simon Bosley covers that were out at the time too. They had kind of a mix and match from the big Vertigo run of the book. So yeah, looking forward to checking that out, reading the fine print there and whatnot. Find out which one of those is the regular cover and the variant cover. Anyway, Detective Comics issue number 973, Fall of the Batman. I have not been digging this so much because it's been much more Tim Drake whiny boy centric, and I don't enjoy that. And if it continues, I probably, because it's a double shipping comic, I may give this comic up. Clayface is right now is bad guy, which I think is unfortunate. We never really got to explore him hardly at all as good guy. I know that this arc is supposedly kind of doing that, but it's really not. He's almost immediately fractured and back to being the monsters, which is cool. I mean, he's cool as this monstrous villain, if that's what he's going to be. But I really wanted to explore that. I really always kind of like the idea of exploring, villains attempting to be the good guys, attempting to be the heroes for whatever reason and whatnot. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know. I'm not digging. Haven't been digging Detective Comics like I really was for quite some time. Like I said, the Tim Drake centric whiny crap just gets really old really fast. And finally, we have a Demon, issue 3, halfway point of the book. It's been all right. It's getting a little bit better. What Lurks in the Burning Dead. So we'll see how this plays. some of the art's really good, and some of the art I question the panel layouts in the last couple issues. But anyway, gonna cut this short so I can get on reading some books, so I can come on tonight and talk comic book roundtable. Have a great one, everybody. See you next time.